Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I bet you I did it again. I did not. Aha, I got it. I got it that time. I got it right that time. Yeah. Yeah. We got it right that time. Selmo just been in here acting a donkey. Selmo just been in here acting up. And say 12 gonna walk down those Raiders. They passed on him multiple times in the second and the fourth round. He ain't forgot. You doggone right. What's up, dog? Miss Adams is in the building. Mr. Spaceman. I was on the Yaush Network with you a long time ago. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Space. We still popping over there. You know what I'm talking about? We still popping. I was about 14, super stoked for 12. That's what I'm talking about, Space Man. At least you ain't forgot about it, brother. Kitchen, what's up? Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how y'all do this. Come in here, holler at your people at all times. You don't come in here without speaking. Let the people know you're in the building. Shedeur will definitely make a statement for sure. You already know. Y'all already know Shedeur is going to go hard tomorrow. It's just crazy to me, though, with extra, all this extra, Valerie in real estate. I mean, it's just extra. All these people is talking crazy. And I'm like, why y'all talking crazy? Derek is in the building. What's going on with Snacks? Can't wait for the game tomorrow so Shedeur can shock the world. It ain't going to be no shock, dog. I'm telling you. These people been excited. They've been waiting to see Shedeur. And they have just been holding their mute. They've been holding their water. Now, all of a sudden, everybody is so excited. Standing with 12 no matter what. That's right, T. We holding it down with the 1-2. You know what I'm saying? They have been they have been they have been itching to get to this moment. A lot of the Cleveland media just been supportive of the program and what they got going on in Cleveland. But a lot of them really, really, really wanted to see Shedeur. And it's starting to seep through the cracks because a lot of them are super excited. Do you think Dion will be there? Oh, ain't no doubt. Y'all think Dion gonna miss his son first start? Why is Kevin trying to throw shade by mentioning Dylan? Kevin just a hater, dog. You gotta remember that Dylan was Kevin's choice. You know, I bet he throws for about 225 yards and a couple of TDs. This is his statement game. Yeah, Derek, he gonna get down. He will be there. Dion gonna be in the building tomorrow. Y'all ain't. I don't even know why people even asking Dion that question. The whole team might be there tomorrow. The whole team might be there tomorrow. Don, you on the mobile platform, huh? Yeah, that's why it looked different for you. Because I'm producing on both YouTube and the mobile YouTube platform. So you get the vertical and you get the horizontal. So you get both of them. So it might look different on the vertical than it does on the horizontal. It's a lot of changes that has taken place when with Shedeur starting tomorrow. Bridget Maxey is in the building, everybody. Selmo is in the building. Those brown watch parties tomorrow are getting paid. Yeah, everybody's gonna be streaming tomorrow. But y'all know we've been streaming all the games since the beginning of the beginning, So y'all know we gonna be live tomorrow, going hard. you know, it's gonna be so many celebrities at the game tomorrow. If it wasn't for basketball season already being in season, oh, the ballers would definitely be in the house. But tomorrow is going to be an all-star affair. Tomorrow will be an all-star affair. So y'all don't have to worry about that. Y'all ready to get to this thing? I'm ready to get to this thing. We ready to talk that talk and walk that walk. And y'all know we'll get the super chats and all that. So if you're gonna do your super chats, do your super chats. We'll get to them. If you're gonna do your stickers, we'll read the stickers. We're gonna read everything. But let's get this party started. And y'all know we don't get no party started without first shouting out our beautiful ladies of the CU aunties, because they are always in the building showing love. So if you see a CU auntie in the chat or in the comment section of any one of our videos, make sure you show them some love. Big shout out at all times. But what we want to talk about today is this narrative. This narrative is crazy that this is Shedeur's one and only shot. I'm trying to figure out, why are we getting that from so many different places, from so many different people, that everybody is screaming the same exact thing? This is Shedeur's one and only shot. Why? Why? We know that Shedeur is starting tomorrow. They put up the Shedeur signal. They wanted 12 to step in the building, so they put it in there. We in distress. We need some help. Can you help us out? But with 12 being able to make his first NFL start of the season, there are a lot of people saying that this is it. This is their start. This is their one time. This is the only one you get. And I'm like, who told y'all this? Why should this be true for him when it hasn't been true for nobody else? Everybody else has got multiple starts, multiple chances. Every rookie quarterback that's played has got multiple chances. But all of you celebrities, all of you pundits, everybody in the business is screaming, this is that one chance. If you don't pull it off tomorrow, you ain't gonna never get to play again. Why is that so for him? Why is it so for that guy? Y'all think I'm playing?
Okay, let's just start there. If he's excellent, then he's set up incredibly well. Like, he will get more starts, I believe, this year, and will be, will have the opportunity to prove he should be in the mix to be the Browns starting quarterback. For this year, and maybe
he could theoretically seal it, not this one game,
right?
This season.
This season, of course. Yeah. So if he's excellent, if he's mediocre, then it's just status quo. It's like, okay, you're still the backup 5th rounder. Dylan's going to come in when he's healthy again, and maybe he gets starts at the end of the year if they're done. If he's terrible, and I'm not predicting this, that he will be terrible, but I am predicting that if he is terrible, this might be the only start he ever has in the NFL.
Wow.
Because here's the scenario that if he's terrible. If he's terrible, then assuming Gabriel's healthy enough to start in a week, Gabriel takes a job back. I think it is and Gabriel starts the rest of the way. I think it is very on the board that Kevin Stefanski is fired after this year.
Yes.
If that happens, the new regime comes in with multiple first-round picks and Dylan Gabriel there, almost assuredly is bringing in a quarterback, and they cut Shedeur. And if the whole league, nobody in the league was in love with him. I know that because he was a fifth-round pick. Part of their concern was, man, it's going to be a lot of scrutiny and noise for a backup or maybe a third-string quarterback. Those concerns were validated this year. Not through fault of Shedeur. I thought he had one comment that was, when he's like, I'm better than some guys. But I think he's handled himself well, but the media is the media, and the fame and celebrity of him is there.
He had one mime.
Yeah. I forgot about that. You're right. So he hasn't. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He hasn't been perfect, but I don't think he's been a bad guy or the problem. But I just think if he's awful, when the whole league after Colorado, right or wrong, wasn't in love with him, and nobody has a real investment in him, if it's like, okay, he profiles out as best case scenario a solid backup, that it's on the board that people are like, yeah, it's not, juice ain't worth the squeeze.
So this is it. Nick Wright, ladies and gentlemen, first things first. This is it. This is what everybody is screaming. This is it. He has to be that guy right now, today, on this opportunity. This is your one shot. Throws out everything everybody has ever said about the NFL. That this is a meritocracy. People get multiple chances. But why is it that this guy, him, the one guy that everybody has so much faith in, he only gets one shot? But that was Nick Wright yesterday. This was Nick Wright last month.
Guy. However, because of where he is and the quarterbacks that he is competing with, they've got to start him at some point. Kenny Pickett is injured and not an NFL quarterback. There is a 0% chance that Kenny Pickett is the Browns' answer at quarterback. 0%. Joe Flacco is 40 years old. There is a 0% chance Joe Flacco is their long-term answer at quarterback. Dylan Gabriel, he's too small. There is a 0% chance Dylan Gabriel is the Browns' franchise quarterback 3 years from now. Shedeur, there is a 5% chance Shedeur is the Browns franchise quarterback. 5%. When the other three guys are a combined 0% and you're going to be a terrible team, the moment the year has gotten away from you, you got to play Shedeur.
The year been got away from him. But see how people's narrative changes over time. See how a while ago Shedeur wasn't that guy. But now this is your chance. This is your shot. This is what you deserve to be. Just say that Kevin Stefanski don't want him. Just say that the Browns didn't want to draft him. Just say what you need to say. Quit with the media talk. Because we all know, as Sean King said, Dylan Gabriel was not better than Shedeur in Pee Wee, was not better than Shedeur. Never mind.
And maybe Shedeur is better than Dylan Gabriel. We'll find out at some point.
Maybe.
I'm guessing.
Not maybe, Dustin. Little League, high school,
okay. Say whatever you want.
early college, middle
let me
college, late college, right here, October 27th of 2025. Shedeur Sanders is better than Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
Just like that. Never has been. And we've seen it. It's not like we haven't seen him grow. It's not like we didn't know that he was better than Dylan from the beginning. We watched it. They tracked it. Everybody in Cleveland tracked these numbers throughout preseason, throughout training camp, throughout OTAs, rookie camp. Everything was tracked. And somehow, yet and still, everybody was surprised that Shedeur had just got first team reps. I know everybody ain't stuck on it like some of us are stuck on it. Me, G. Bush, Quincy Carrier, Simply Balling, Teams. A few of us, don't nobody keep up with it like we keep up with it. But you can't tell me if you're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders and they have tracked the progression from day one that nobody knew that Shedeur Sanders was better than Dylan Gabriel. Everybody was surprised that he had first team reps. It's people that's still talking to this day that think he got first team reps in camp. He did not. But they still talking about it. They talking about how the reps were divided. Yes, everybody does their practices differently. But this right here, this year, in this moment, at this time, you got two rookie quarterbacks. And it was a design. Andrew Berry put it into place to where you had no other choice but to put Shedeur Sanders at your number two. And once Shedeur Sanders became your number two quarterback, he should have gotten reps. Not all the reps, but some of the reps. I don't care if it's 3 to 4 a period, 2 to 3 a period. He should have gotten the reps. He should have been ready. He should have been prepared. Is that Kevin Stefanski does not like Shedeur Sanders, or is Kevin Stefanski a bad coach? Two-time coach of the year. But that's AP two-time coach of the year. That is not NFL coach of the year. There's a difference. The press gave him those honors. The coaches and the NFL did not give him those honors. The question is, Kevin Stefanski was not built for the moment. He didn't handle it properly. Nobody in his organization has handled this properly. But now, all of a sudden, Shedeur, you got your shot. You're going to have to stand on business. You're going to have to go out there and be great.
Atrocious, then you got to give your other players a chance. But if he's just decent, maybe he's not as good as even Gabriel was, and Gabriel wasn't good. But I would like to see him get a few more starts, and I think their owner would like to see him get a few more starts, all right? So there's that. But I agree with a lot of what you said. Because obviously if he's excellent, you're absolutely right. If he's good and can earn more starts, we'd like to see that. But let's say he's bad, Greg. The challenge he faces is people that are Shedeur fans, and I'm one. I thought he should have been the first quarterback taken in this draft. But we have to accept the NFL teams don't like him. I don't mean personally, but like every single team passed on him multiple times.
See, at least Chris Broussard will say it. He'll try to clean it up, but he'll say it. NFL teams don't like him, but he has graded higher than any other quarterback that was drafted before him. He has more intangibles than any other quarterback that was drafted before him. But he's the one that gets the one shot.
Every one of them, for whatever the reason, they didn't. And we've seen guys that could be distractions, guys that, maybe people didn't like their personality or whatever. And if they're talented, teams pick them. And these teams just continue to pass on him round after round. So they're not in love with him. The other thing is, as Nick alluded to, there's the potential for distraction. The last thing you want from your backup quarterback is a distraction. And it's not all his fault, but some, this isn't bad, but with the legendary stuff and film crews, you can't do that as a backup. So teams may not want to bring that in. If this doesn't go well in Cleveland, the type of team he would have to go to would be a team with a superstar starter where there's no question. Lamar, Mahomes, Josh, several others, obviously, where it's not even an issue. Lamar has a bad game. Nobody's thinking,
that's a good idea.
Should he go to? That's what it would have to be. Because if he goes to a place where the quarterback's not solidified,
correct,
he will always, at least for the next year or so, be a distraction because people will want to see if Shedeur can go in there and get it done.
I'm Baltimore.
Now this is the problem. This is the problem we're in right now. Shedeur is getting his start, but instead of everybody saying, okay, this is game one, let's see how this one goes. And let's see if he gets better week after week after week. It all matters right now. Tomorrow, it all matters. It only counts this one game. And if by any stretch of the imagination, you are not better, or you are not 2 times better than Dylan Gabriel, Dylan Gabriel goes back to the start. What are you talking about? Dylan Gabriel got 6 starts. He might have would have got 7 because that would have left 6 for Shedeur. But Dylan Gabriel got 6 starts. And I think they wanted him to be able to play this game because this was a road game with an easy team. And then you go back home to open for San Francisco. That might have been Shedeur's first start. But things went bad and things happened. But for people like Ryan Clark, Chris Broussard, fucking Nick Wright, Stephen A. Smith, and the list goes on and on of people saying, this is your chance. This is your one chance. And if you don't do it right here, right now, then they're going to go back to Dylan Gabriel and move on from you. How are we telling him this on the air every day since we've been knowing that he's going to start? That's all they've been saying. That's it. But when you got a Hall of Famer, from the Cleveland Browns that's telling the exact opposite, that Shedeur has everything we need. Shedeur could be our franchise quarterback. He was better than all of the other quarterbacks drafted in front of him. He just needed a shot. Joe Thomas.
A guy that's a natural leader. He's a magnet. People are drawn to him. They want to follow him. He has an unquestionable mental toughness and ability to shake off bad plays and move on, which is one of the hallmarks of all great quarterbacks. And I think that was one of the reasons the Browns wanted to draft him, right? He's got great leadership skills. People want to follow him. He's got a really good mental toughness. So if a bad play happens, he's not going to let it spiral into another bad play. He's willing to be accountable and he's very accurate, and he can push the ball down the field, and he's a gamer, right? That, to me, is what I think about when I think of Shedeur Sanders. There's definitely some flaws, obviously, in the game that he needs to work on, and a lot of it because he just hasn't been in a pro-style system before, and he's just getting used to seeing defenses and having to go through progressions and make checks. But that's why you take a flyer on him in the 5th round, because he's got a lot of intangibles that a lot of guys drafted much higher than him don't have. And so you figure that, hey, if we can work on some of these things that we feel are correctable, he's got this incredibly high ceiling where he legitimately could be the franchise quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in the future.
That's Cleveland Browns Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. He has better intangibles than a lot of than every person that was drafted in front of him. Everybody. Cam, Dylan, Dart, Milroe, all of them. He was the best quarterback in this draft. But yet and still, people fail to recognize that Kevin Stefanski has done a disservice to these quarterbacks and to this team. Kevin Stefanski has not done his job to the fullest. He has not put this team in better positions to win. And he has not played the best quarterback he got. He played the best quarterback he chose. He played his guy, his man. I didn't play what I picked. I didn't play what they picked in the 5th round because I wanted this one. When we all know, we've all seen it. We've seen that Shedeur Sanders is better. I mean, we've seen it. There is nothing that tells us that Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur Sanders. Nothing. No stats. No stats. No anything. Now, Steve Smith Sr. was a hell of a wide receiver. He also currently is an NFL scout. Steve Smith Sr. also has a podcast that he does every week. I'm finna take y'all over there. And I want y'all just to pay attention. Just pay attention to what we got going on. Y'all ready? Let's go.
A lot of talk. What are beat writers saying? What are people saying about Shedeur Sanders in his debut?
Did it look good, Steve? No. I mean, went 4 of 16, 47 yards, sacked twice for 27 negative yards.
Okay.
Did he have some of the tendencies that we were questioning during the draft process? And I talked to teams when they evaluated his film, holding onto the football too long, dropping too far back into the pocket. Some of these kind of crutches that he's had in the college game, and you try to work those out of your game in the NFL. Like, did those show themselves? Certainly. Is that okay? Yes. The problem is nobody wants to have a level-headed opinion about Shedeur Sanders. It's you have to be in this camp or you have to be in this camp. And I don't really understand why you have to go to such extreme.
Let's start there. You don't have to pick a side. You just have to understand how this started. You just have to have been there from the beginning. See, because people like me, people like G, people like Quincy Carrier and FB Teams and Simply Balling podcasts and a multitude of others, we've been there from the beginning. We've watched it from day one. Y'all are just reading headlines and then commenting on what's taking place. You don't have the full story. And here's the evidence to show you.
When you evaluate a young player who really, and I don't know why we have to say this because everybody knows it, and let's just have you say it essentially about what goes on in an actual NFL practice. How many first team reps have you ever seen a backup quarterback get on a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday with the first team?
Zero.
It doesn't happen. And so the fact
now what will happen is when it's not during the season, you get reps.
Yes. Training camp, tons of reps. And guess what? So I want to kind of squash.
And see, that is where the whole conversation starts off wrong. Because if you have been there from the beginning, you know that even in training camp, no first team reps. No reps. Dylan Gabriel got reps. Joe Flacco got reps. Kenny Pickett got reps. What about Shedeur? No reps. And see, this is where everybody that has these big ass platforms and running their mouth, they don't know. But all of the evidence is there. It's all been tracked. It's all been talked about. There are thousands of videos of people saying, why not Shedeur getting first team reps and everybody else on the team is? Why? But see, when you start reporting on things and you start giving people bad information from the jump, from the beginning of your podcast, when you start spewing information and it's not correct, everybody else runs with it. Why? Because Steve Smith said. That can't be you. If you're going to talk about it, get the information. First, he wasn't ready. Then he wasn't getting the reps. What's going to be your next excuse? When he go out there and ball out tomorrow, it's going to be, oh, they just played the Raiders. They didn't play nobody. Because you watch Dak Prescott go out there and blow their ass out the water. Dak Prescott got Pickens and Lamb on both sides of the field. And they was just having fun playing pitch and catch. But see, this is how bad information gets out. This is why everybody's talking about it. Everybody acting like he got first. When the man told you, this is the first time that I have ever thrown to Jerry Jeudy since I've been here. That right there tells you he ain't get no reps in camp. Get nothing. He is your second string quarterback. And he is ill prepared. But let's go. Let's let this flow for a minute.
The narrative, as I made plenty of calls on this, like the Browns are sabotaging Shedeur. Why didn't the Browns give him any first team reps? Why aren't they giving him the reps to properly prepare him? Those are all the wrong questions to ask because the Browns.
That man said, those are all the wrong questions to ask. Then what are we supposed to ask? What is he doing? Those are the best questions to ask. Those are the right questions. Those are the only questions to ask. The only ones. But see, when people start listening to these people spitting out bad information, and they're getting their information and they're going back and regurgitating it to their friends and saying, well, Steve Smith said that he didn't get no first team reps just because it didn't happen to you. Cam Newton said his backup quarterback got first team reps. So now what? And guess who Steve Smith quarterback was? Oh, okay. So who we believe in now? Who are we believing now? We believe in Steve Smith or we believe in Cam Newton? Cam Newton was Steve Smith quarterback. So who we believe in? Is what I'm saying. You got the wide receiver saying that the second string quarterback don't get reps. And you got the quarterback on the same team saying, my backup, my coach made sure that my backup got reps every practice because we was one play away. So apparently Steve Smith didn't catch no balls from the second string quarterback, which I believe is a lie because he was a starting wide receiver. But what I'm saying is the information that they keep putting out here is so bad that everybody want to give out their opinion about their experience when everybody's experience is different. You got a bunch of second string quarterbacks, lifetime backups come out here saying we didn't get no reps. But what they are not saying is they didn't get no reps after they were backups for 2 or 3 years, after they were certified backups, after they were quality backups. But I guarantee you, every time they switch teams, they got first team reps. Every time. But that's the part they're not telling you. They telling you, yeah, during the season we didn't get no reps, but you got them during training camp. You probably got some during the week when the quarterback was a little bit hurt, when he wasn't at 100%, and the coach was kind of unsure that he might finish the game. You got those reps. But when you got a certified number one wide receiver telling these lies, it ain't good. But let's go.
Browns are going about this the exact same way every other team goes about it. They actually went above and beyond, to my understanding, Steve, during training camp. They changed the way they ran their practices to give Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel, because they had 4 quarterbacks with Joe Flacco there and Kenny Pickett there as well, to try to give both of these rookies more reps than you would ever get in the situations that they were in during training camp. They changed their practices to give them more reps, to try to develop them quicker. But when you have a rookie starting quarterback, he needs as many reps as possible during.
Now see, that statement is somewhat true. They changed their practices to give Shedeur and Dylan reps. True. But what you are omitting from this whole process is Dylan got first team reps. Joe Flacco got first team reps. Kenny Pickett got first team reps, even though he was injured. Guess who didn't get first team reps? So how much did they change? What did they change? They added some people. They brought in some extra wide receivers. They changed that part. But what part did they change for Shedeur and Dylan to get better? They added Dylan into the other side of the process so he could get reps with the ones. Shedeur still didn't get reps with the ones. So what are you telling me? Well, how does Dylan get reps with the ones and Shedeur don't get reps with the ones? So it's good for everybody else but him. See, therein lies the problem. You got 4 quarterbacks. 3 of them get first team reps. And the one outlier is the most popular quarterback on the team. Is the quarterback that everybody is bouncing up and down for. Is the quarterback that everybody is talking about. Is the quarterback that's keeping your weak ass relevant throughout this entire process. You can go back to ultimate obscurity once he's done, because we ain't talking about you. Myles Garrett is having the best season of his life. And you still trying to play Dylan Gabriel. What in the world? But, you know.
The season, Steve, right? So Shedeur's role in practice, like every other backup, is to run the scout team. He was Lamar Jackson last week. That's essentially who he was in practice. You don't run the Browns offense. And so the fact that you would think the Browns were sabotaging him or not properly developing him is kind of insane, right, Steve? Because you would think if you have a 5th-round quarterback that's talented and maybe dropped in the draft for maybe some other reasons than some people, certain teams didn't want, him in their building for whatever reason why, wouldn't you want to, if you're the team that picked him, wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? You're going to.
Now you're saying the right thing. If you're the team that picked him, wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? If you got a quarterback that was supposed to go in the 1st round and you end up drafting him in the 5th, wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? My point exactly. See how people talk themselves into this? They just talk themselves into the answers. If you got a quarterback that was projected higher than the quarterback that you drafted and you got him lower than the one that you drafted, wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? Yes. I'm not saying I didn't call for sabotage. I'm saying Kevin Stefanski just don't know what the fuck he's doing. He don't know how to do his job. Your job is to put your team in the best position to win with the best players, the best personnel, the best play callers, the best of everything. And what happened? He didn't do it. We have watched Dylan Gabriel struggle for 6 straight weeks. But today, tomorrow, Shedeur is only getting 1 shot. This is what they're saying. So what are we doing? Jab sends us a super chat. She says, wrong question, says who? His mother says they're setting her baby up for failure, and Dion said he doesn't give a darn about Cleveland. Those are not parents who feel their son is supported. Facts. And we appreciate the super chat, yeah. Facts. They know it. They understand it. It is showing itself. And they are showing their hand by continually trying to push Dylan Gabriel to the forefront. and by all these other pundits trying to push Shedeur and say this is your only chance. Just tell the truth. Just say what you're supposed to say. That, hey, we know the Browns don't like you. Do what you got to do. Go out there and show out. Put good stuff on tape so they can get you traded and get you out of there. Somebody else will come get you next year because the Browns don't want you there. Go ball out. Put your tape out there. Because they all like assets, say the Browns. And Andrew Berry. Let me let y'all continue to listen to this mess.
Try to develop him. Having a 5th-round starter is it's a gift. It's unbelievable.
Like a Brock Purdy situation
Yes.
where all of a sudden a lot of these GMs want to do this, coaches too.
It's a steal.
They want to be known as the guy who made this guy.
Yes,
Right?
that found him. That made
That found
Yep.
Kurt Warner.
Yes.
No owner wants to be known, or head coach wants to be known for the guy who gave away, right? And this is my football knowledge. Nobody wants to be the Jerry Glanville who gave away Brett Favre.
Yep.
Because he was a headache.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it. They don't
Steve.
want to be the team that are established to say, hey, you guys were the idiots.
Steve, if you can play.
Why not? They were the team that gave away Baker Mayfield. One day, ain't this the exact same staff that gave away Baker Mayfield? Oh, yeah. He over there balling out. Jacoby Brissett just got his jersey in the Hall of Fame for 400-something yard passing game he threw the other day, last week. Oh, he was with the Cleveland Browns too. So, Cleveland is not. Didn't he say something about Kurt Warner? Hold on.
I thought Shedeur played a really good football game, right? Clean some things up, make some better throws.
Kurt Warner, ladies and gentlemen. Kurt, Super Bowl MVP Warner.
Overall, I thought Shedeur played a really good football game, right? Clean some things up, make some better throws, all things that I think can get better as he gets more comfortable getting thrown in. We've all talked about not an easy situation to get thrown in without any reps, not expecting to go in, all of that stuff, and come in and play well. But overall, I thought the decisions, when he had opportunities in front of him, were pretty good decisions for the most part. Number of plays, there was nothing there. He's making some positive plays, some things, hey, throw the ball away, avoid the sacks, something he's got to work on moving forward. But to me, the stats lie in terms of how I thought Shedeur handled the situation, and I expect this week to be even better.
Oh, that's Super Bowl champion Kurt Warner. Super Bowl MVP Kurt Warner. The guy that they were just talking about. Kurt Warner. What the Browns have been trying to avoid all season is upon us. I told y'all they didn't want y'all to see Shedeur get first team reps. They didn't want the players to see Shedeur get first team reps because then they wouldn't have wanted to play with Dylan. But now that it has happened, nothing can be further from the truth. See, once Shedeur plays tomorrow and you got San Francisco coming to Cleveland the week after that, there is no way on God's green earth that you can trot Dylan Gabriel back out there. Not gonna happen. the fans are not going to let it happen. If Jimmy Haslam has to walk down to the practice field himself and say, look at me, I don't care what you do. You go in there and tell them folks that Shedeur Sanders is starting Sunday so I can raise these ticket prices and fill this stadium up. Because if you don't, you're going to be looking at a bunch of empty seats. Or you're going to be selling a bunch of $9 tickets. And selling tickets for $9 to $15 to $20 to $80, that ain't profit money. You ain't making no money. The cheapest ticket to a Cowboy game is probably about $300. Comparison, anyone? When you can sit on the 50-yard line at a Browns game for about $250. Whew. Cam Newton was the only one who has spoken the truth so far in this mess that we call Shedeur Sanders' first NFL start. Cam Newton is the only one who has told the truth.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The reason being...
Wait a minute. Y'all didn't hear.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The reason being is, don't tell me what he said, don't tell me what he's saying. I'm going off of actions. All right, let's go off actions. The actions is, if I'm Shedeur or if I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, I would not want him to take the field because that's going to consistently be the display we're going to see. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson. It doesn't matter if it's Shedeur Sanders. It doesn't matter if it's Dylan Gabriel. It doesn't matter if it's Dan Orlovsky. It doesn't matter if it's Cam Newton. You need help in Cleveland when you have a quarterback that's still making $46 million on your roster and he's not healthy. That impacts the talent that's around him. They are not a good team. Right. But this is the thing that really irks me the most, is because he doesn't get any reps. Circa 2015, circa when Cam Newton was the MVP.
Steve Smith still on the team.
Circa when, hey, my backup for majority of my career was probably the biggest blessing of my career to have a veteran in Derek Anderson. Ron Rivera still knew we're one play away, kid, from you not being available. We would have anywhere from 6 to 12 reps in every single practice that allowed Derek to still have an ability to say, hey, if it goes, how it goes. Now, granted, some will say, well, Cam, you played the position any different. Well, what is that to say about Brock Purdy? Well, what is...
Oh, I thought Steve Smith said the backups don't get no reps. That's what Steve Smith said. But that was Steve Smith quarterback. Now who telling the lie? That's all I want to know. Steve Smith say the backups don't get no reps. Cam Newton say his backup got reps. They was on the same team. Hey, it's right there. Everybody saying it. Shedeur, you got to ball out. You got to be that boy. This is your one shot. Eminem. You don't get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo. I ain't just telling y'all what I heard. I'm telling y'all what them people said. They said him. He said
around it. This game against the Raiders is his only chance. If Shedeur Sanders balls and this team wins.
Y'all missed that part. Y'all missed it. Hold on, back it up. Let's do it again.
We're bouncing around it. this game against the Raiders is his only chance. If Shedeur Sanders balls and this team wins, Shedeur Sanders is named the starter for next week. I don't care if Dylan Gabriel is healthy. I don't care if Dylan Gabriel looks like he could come back. If Shedeur plays well against the Raiders and wins, he should be the starter.
Right.
Inversely, if he doesn't, that's on him. Nobody is going to come up there and say Kevin Stefanski didn't prepare him. Nobody's going to come up there and talk about what he has around him. The Raiders are terrible. An absolute terrible football team. A team that the Cleveland Browns, with that defense, with Quinshon Judkins, with some of the pieces in Jerry Jeudy that you have around them, Tillman, you got to go out and make plays. And Shedeur Sanders has to know that this is not a game no more. You got your opportunity. Everybody in this gym been waiting for Shedeur Sanders to play. Right? Yeah. So Shedeur Sanders.
Now, they on the campus of Bethune-Cookman, a HBCU. But Ryan Clark, who is a pillar in the black community, social justice warrior, co-owner of the Pivot Podcast, ESPN analyst extraordinaire. He on Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, he everywhere. Just Ryan Clark is just all over the place. His opinion is respected. His voice is respected. When Ryan Clark talks, people listen. But players fuck up too. And sometimes Ryan Clark don't get it right. And this damn time, Ryan Clark didn't get it right. So much so that Channing Crowder was on the other side of that and was like, hey man, why it gotta be like that? Why does this have to be it though? Why does this have to be his only shot? Why did we just can't play a series of games and get better? Why does this one time and this one time only do I have to get it right? They have written articles about Shedeur saying that Shedeur walking around the facility like Sunday's game is a final exam. I'm saying, why does this have to be it? There's no such thing. Everybody else get 3 to 4 chances, but Shedeur. Y'all got to make it make sense for me. Just for me. Because I'm trying to understand it. How all of these famous people with all of these big ass platforms keep saying, this is your one shot, Shedeur.
Quinshon Judkins, with some of the pieces in Jerry Jeudy that you have around him, Tillman, you got to go out and make plays. And Shedeur Sanders has to know that this is not a game anymore. You got your opportunity. Everybody in this gym been waiting for Shedeur Sanders to play. Right? Yeah. So Shedeur Sanders better understand what's at stake this week. This is not about beating the Raiders. This is a career-defining moment as early as you can possibly have one, and he better approach it like that.
What is it?
This is a career-defining moment. This is true. I can deal with that one. Because this is one of the most anticipated starts of anybody's football career. The world will be watching. This game will be viewed with Super Bowl type numbers because everybody want to see it. But that doesn't mean this is it. They talking like this is it. You got to do it right now. Because if not, it's over. our favorite residential voice, who sometimes strays too far to the right. Main Archer.
As great as many people have suggested he is supposed to be, I don't know, T, if it's good enough to not be the reason his team loses.
Give me 220 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. You can even have a pick.
Yeah.
I need them to run for 100 plus. If they run for 100 plus, now that play action is open. Now he gonna get 60 easy yards passing just off the play action because we're running the ball effectively. That's going to help him tremendously.
Can Dylan Gabriel not do that? I need Shedeur to do stuff that Dylan Gabriel can't do. Let me actually just go ahead and say it like that. Do something Dylan Gabriel can't do. Because Dylan Gabriel can run a play action pass game. Dylan Gabriel can get the ball out on time. Dylan Gabriel can give us 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's given us that. Dylan Gabriel can be the reason his team doesn't lose. I need Shedeur to go out there and do something Dylan Gabriel can't do.
Acho, you're speaking from the perspective of like, this is his one and only opportunity to win.
It might be. You know,
that's a lot of pressure on someone.
Because I wish everybody had played in the league in this moment for what I'm about to say. You don't know when it's your only opportunity. You truly do not know. Like, it might be your only one.
I was a backup.
Yeah.
I was.
That man said Shedeur has to do what Dylan Gabriel has not done. Jab with the 199 super chat. They still trying to give Kenny Pickett a chance. We might see Kenny Pickett on Sunday because Kenny Pickett is the Raiders' backup. We might see Kenny Pickett on Sunday. You definitely gonna see Cam in 2 weeks when the Titans come to Cleveland. All I'm saying is, you're going to have to give more than that. It's going to take a lot. But Emmanuel Archer also said Shedeur is going to put a lot of pressure on Kevin Stefanski, which I've been saying, y'all have heard me say a bunch of times. Once Shedeur plays and he starts winning, Kevin Stefanski, you fired. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because the power dynamic changes. Once Shedeur is certified and coming into year 2, Kevin, you fired. We saw your game. And once he gets stamped, he can go upstairs and say, hey, y'all saw what he tried to do to me. Why he's still here? Y'all know he's not going to put my best interest in mind. Y'all know he's not going to do what's best for this team. Why he's still here? You saw it. You bared witness to it.
Start actually winning a couple games. Now, Stefanski, you got to get fired. Because imagine a world where your quarterback is better than you. Imagine a world where your quarterback is more desired than you. The fan base already gravitates towards Shedeur Sanders. The world gravitates towards Shedeur Sanders. Does he have his haters? Absolutely. But jersey sales gravitate towards Shedeur Sanders. There's not a world now where Shedeur can go ball and Kevin Stefanski can continue to be the coach. Because if I'm Shedeur and I start balling, hell nah, I don't want this dude as my coach. Because he didn't believe in me in the first place. And how can Kevin Stefanski now, Shady, try to turn his tune and act like he's a Shedeur supporter? The cat's already out the bag. We know Stefanski's not a Shedeur supporter. So I think Shady's to some degree right. Like, Kevin Stefanski can't afford to play Shedeur because what if Shedeur plays well? And that's the craziest part of it all. If Shedeur plays well, Stefanski, you look dumb.
Shedeur plays well. Stefanski is fired. Fired. Out of here. Out of here. Ladies, we just bought another jersey. You didn't buy me no jersey. You see your boy now. Where my 12 at? I need a 12. I got a 2. I need a 12. I need a 12. I might have to buy me one. The Cleveland Brown jersey is just ugly, dog. I don't know if I can have one in my possession. It's just ugly ass jerseys. It's significant because of the name on the back. But ooh, that jersey ugly. That jersey ugly. And they're wearing uniforms a uniform combination that they have never worn before on Sunday. Which is crazy. Because now they're going to be the stylistics. Y'all know who Rob Parker is, right? Y'all know Rob Parker is a Shedeur hater, a Deion Sanders hater. But even Rob Parker thinks Shedeur Sanders should have had reps.
It doesn't tell you all you need to know. Like the idea of him, I hear some guys, even on this radio network, talking about he should be the starter from day one. You're not going to be the starter from day one, Kelvin, if you're not even getting reps with the first team. Let's just be honest, okay? And this is a clear sign of where the Browns are thinking. Like the idea that he's not getting any, and wasn't it just Flacco didn't even get any reps, right? And
limited.
Yeah, he could have got in there or maybe got a couple. Like you don't have to go and give him all the reps, but no reps at either one of the voluntary and the involuntary, like no first team reps at all. Like you're not going to make it as a starting quarterback from there. And if you're not lighting up the third and fourth string, then you're in trouble. You better be 10 for 12 with 2 touchdowns. I think the reports have been misleading. A lot of people haven't even talked about who's he's facing and who he's playing against, and it matters. And I think that this is where the Browns are. This is where they drafted him, Kelvin. So this, to me, makes sense. They're not punishing him. This is where he was drafted, and this is where they look at him as far as progression. He's getting his reps, and then eventually, depending on what happens with people ahead of him so far in the depth chart, something can happen. I'm not rooting against him at all. I'm just saying people who are pushing him aren't being honest with where he is and who he's playing against.
All I'm saying is, everybody know that Shedeur ain't got no first team reps. Everybody know that Shedeur needs first team reps. Stephen A. Smith stood on the stage twice and said, look here, man, what Kevin Stefanski is doing is egregious. It is not good coaching practice. It is not good for the team. But yet and still, he ain't gave Shedeur no first team reps. But this game on Sunday is a make or break game for Shedeur Sanders, even though he hasn't been in the best conditions to succeed.
Absolutely a make or break game for his future with the Browns. I mean, I'm not going to say the future in the NFL because there's always somebody that might give you a second chance and grab you. But in terms of his future in Cleveland, it's this Sunday. He cannot look like trash. He cannot go out there and complete 25% of his passes. He cannot look lost and completely discombobulated. And we're not going to throw out excuses about him not having any time, any reps with the first team. And I'm not saying this now.
See what I'm saying? We're not gonna throw out any excuses about him not having, but y'all been making excuses for Dillon Gabriel all season. Even though we've been supporting Dillon Gabriel through his whole fiasco. Even though I've been talking about how bad the play calling is, how bad the plays are run, how the plays are designed in an awful manner. We ain't beat Dillon Gabriel up. He dinking and dunking. He ain't throwing the ball downfield. He too damn short to be out there anyway. But we ain't beat Dillon Gabriel up. We just said what it was. But yet again, he got shot after shot after shot after shot. But on Sunday, this is a make or break game for Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to let Stephen A. finish.
Negatively towards him. I don't believe he was put in a position to succeed the other day. I don't believe he's been put in a position to succeed with the Cleveland Browns. I view the Cleveland Browns as a house divided, where whether it's the offensive coordinator and the head coach having a different view than the GM and the owner or whatever it is. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I don't believe he's in a place where collectively they are doing everything that they can to ensure his success. Dio, I know your position on this, and I know you're diametrically opposed to what I'm saying. Respectfully, I don't give a damn. You have a coach in Kevin Stefanski who is a two-time coach of the year. This man knows what he's doing. I respect the hell out of Kevin Stefanski. There is no way that you could send a quarterback out there looking that damn lost, not having any cadence, any reps whatsoever with the first team. No way. That's what happened. And I don't think that's an accident. That's just my personal opinion. I don't report on the Cleveland Browns. I'm not coming from a knowledgeable and informed perspective here. I haven't gotten word from anybody. No, this is just me watching what I watched, seeing what I saw, and looking at how inept a talented quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, at least when I saw him in college, was in his first pro debut when he came in after Dylan Gabriel went down. But now he's getting those reps because Kevin Stefanski has said he's starting this weekend. Now we're going to see. I'm not telling you got to go out there and look like a star or anything like that. But he cannot look completely clueless. He cannot look lost. It cannot replicate what he did that past weekend, and he's still going to have a future in Cleveland. I don't believe it for 1 second. That's what I believe is on the line right now when we're talking about Shedeur Sanders.
Exactly. Stephen A. said it. And y'all know what Stephen A. is. We know he's a buffoon. We know he tap dance for them people at ESPN and them other people on the other side of the aisle. We know that. But in this instance, Stephen A. Smith, somewhat right. Shedeur can't come out looking like he looked last week. We know that. And we know he won't look like he looked last week. He's going to be a lot better. But this can't be the one and only shot. This can't be it. That's just like me hiring you to do my job. You've been following me all week, watching me work. You know, you've been peeking in, you know, you've been checking it out. All of a sudden, my leg go out. I can't work this week. I'm gonna need you to fill in. I ain't taught you shit. You just been watching. You know, you just been hanging out. Go do it, better not fuck it up. Fuck it up, you're fired. That's what we looking at right now. That's all they say. That's it. How? Without preparation. Dylan Gabriel has been being prepped to be the number one quarterback since he's been in Cleveland. He got first team reps. When they was getting blown out, he got to get in the game twice. He got to throw a little touchdown. He got to feel the game speed. He got to see all of that. Hey, Shedeur, Dylan hurt. We know you ain't had no reps. We know you ain't practiced with nobody. We know we was getting blown out the other week. And we should have put you in the game, but we felt like Dylan needed to be able to kneel on the ball. That was more important than you getting first team reps. When I know when we were blowing out Miami, we needed to let you get some snaps. But no, Dylan was more important. He needed to finish that game. When we was getting blown out last week, the week before we went on break, Dylan needed them reps. No, you ain't need to feel the speed of the game. You ain't need to know it. Dylan needed to finish it. But now that Dylan's out, Shedeur, can we bother you? Can we ask a favor of you? Even though we have neglected you all season, even though we told you, don't worry about them first team reps. You don't need none of that. You Joe Flacco status. Just sit over there and watch. Go on in there and play that vaunted Baltimore defense that's hungry, that's trying to get back into the playoff hunt, that's trying to win this division that we in. I know you watched a little film on them, but you ain't never thrown to Jerry Jeudy running this out route. You ain't never hit Jerry Jeudy on this comeback. He don't know that you're going to throw the ball to protect him from getting beat up, catching the comeback. He going to put it in the ground so he can catch it and be safe. They don't know that you don't throw balls like Dylan Gabriel, cross the middle, hospital balls, get you knocked out. They don't know that you throw balls to protect them. Harold Fanning Jr., he don't know that when he running that ball, that out route toward the side, you gonna put that ball right there on his bottom hip so he can catch that and go to the ground so he don't get drilled by this safety that's coming down full freaking speed. They ain't used to none of that. But go on out there anyway. See if you can help us out. Help your brothers out. And then we'll talk about it after that. Dylan, they got Dylan a little bit concussed. His brain a little squirrely. He don't know what's going on right now. But we need you to help us out. Even though we ain't helped you out. We need you to help us out. No, we don't care nothing about you being no rookie. That don't matter. You legendary. We need you to go out there and be that. That's what the hell they done did. Sent that man into a war zone with a water gun and expected him to be great. And every pundit out there said, oh, he was holding on to the ball too long. The man got sacked twice. Dylan Gabriel done had 6 sack games, 5 sack games, 7. He been getting sacked since he started playing. But we worried about them 2 sacks. Them 2 sacks is the most talked about sacks of this entire season. These 2 sacks. Why? He drifted out of the pocket. He doing this, he doing that. Don't nobody know how nobody played around here. The lineman ain't heard me call no play. The center ain't heard me say hike. The tight end don't know my snap count. Nothing. So what did you expect? What did you expect to happen? People expect him to shine because of his last name. That's going to happen. But without proper preparation leads to poor performance. And anybody that played sports grew up on that ideology. And Kevin Stefanski, as a head coach, did not put him in the proper place to be great on Sunday. And that's Kevin Stefanski's fault, and Kevin Stefanski's fault alone. This is his team. He the CEO. He calling the shots. New York Clippers, you about to get your ass banned while you in here yakking off in my chat. Now, here we are. The Saturday before Shedeur does his thing. And everybody who's supposed to be his supporters, all these pundits that's supposed to be his father's friend, all of these people that say they support Shedeur is trying to tell him that this is his one and only shot. Instead of doing the one thing that you should be doing, is abhorring the Cleveland Browns and saying that, hey, you gave Dylan Gabriel 6 shots. You started out this season by saying that this was a quarterback competition. You've been saying all season that it is important that your rookies get the proper preparation to be successful on the field. And if Shedeur doesn't go out on the field on Sunday and ball out, we're inserting Dylan Gabriel back into the starting lineup. What kind of sense does that make? None. Just say I wanted to start Dylan Gabriel and keep him as my starter, and then we'll do that. Just say Shedeur Sanders is a fill-in, and when Dylan Gabriel gets healthy, we putting him back into the starting lineup. This is a meritocracy they keep crying about the NFL. The best player plays. We've come to learn that that's not true. The best players do not play. Because there is nothing that Dylan Gabriel showed us from rookie minicamp till this Sunday that he was better than Shedeur. Shedeur can't go out and give you a Pro Bowl performance. Y'all were crying about the receivers all season. You've been crying about the offensive line all season. But now none of that matters once Shedeur is on the field. He got to do what he got to do with what he got. We've been crying about the receivers not being open all season. Now all of a sudden, don't matter. I'm going to say what I've always said. When Shedeur get on the field, it's going to look better. It's going to feel better. It's just going to be a better overall team. But none of that matters if you don't go throw for 304 touchdowns and run for 2 touchdowns. You ain't balled out. We got to put Dylan Gabriel back out here and suck some more and lose some more and play boring football. There ain't nobody watching. Shedeur Sanders is your only chance to be relevant, to be better, to actually have a winning chance in this football season. He gives you that. Dylan Gabriel ain't gave you that. The one game you've won this season with Dylan Gabriel at the helm was not because of Dylan Gabriel. He barely played any part in it besides handing the ball off. You were more excited in the second half of that football game watching Shedeur than you've been all season. But you continue with this narrative that this is his only shot. Why is that? When over and over and over again, Shedeur has shown you what he can do. Now he gets to show the world and put Kevin Stefanski in the hot seat at the same time. Andrew Berry's going to come out the woodworks. Andrew Berry's going to come out the woodworks, as we haven't heard from him all season. Remember, we were supposed to hear from Andrew Berry during the bye week. You didn't hear from Andrew Berry. Cleveland wins on Sunday. Cleveland wins on Sunday. Andrew Berry might have a press conference on Monday. Is all I'm saying. So, either way it goes, we're going to find out come tomorrow. So, with that being said,
training camp and getting ready to go for the season. There weren't many guarantees I could have given you this season for the Cleveland Browns. We're all the way back in training camp and getting ready to go for the season. One of the guarantees that we had back then and we have now, you were going to see Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders at some point. Were both of those situations maybe a little sooner than you expected? Sure, but here we are. You knew that they were going to play these quarterbacks to see what you had to get ready to go for next year, and here is Shedeur Sanders' opportunity. Is it the perfect situation? No. When do you ever find those in sports? Rare. And there's a discourse going on right now with Shedeur Sanders that it actually really bothers me. It really upsets me about how the fans are approaching this whole thing when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. We'll get into that coming up.
All I'm saying is everybody knew it.
Stop. Every team in the NFL has a veteran there that's sitting as a backup or as a starter. We're the only team in the NFL with two rookies. Now. Well, and
it's been done before.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I'm looking at the league now, and everyone that's coming out and saying, "Well, this is the way it is. This is the way it is that rookies or second teamers don't get any reps with the first team." All right, I understand that, and I would be comfortable if we didn't have two rookies. When they made the decision to make him the backup quarterback as a rookie, they put themselves in an awful position. to be the only team in the league to have a guy backing up that had 0 snaps going into this thing. That's the problem. You got 2 guys, first start, they had 0 snaps, whether it was Gabriel or it was Sanders. And when they made him the number 2 active quarterback on game day, they did not set him up for success by not working with the first team offense. I'm sorry. We can sit here and talk about how the fact that Gabriel needed reps because he's a rookie, I get it, but you knew you were 1 play away.
That's Cleveland local media. Baskin and Phillips. They knew it. 1 play away. Did nothing about it. It was a foregone conclusion that at any given moment, Dylan could go down. But week after week after week, week after week after week, you didn't prepare for Dylan to go out the game. And it was going to happen. It's inevitable. Football is a everybody get hurt sport, but who going to be able to stay up the longest? After the first game you play in the season, nobody's 100%. And it's bad. But it is what it is. It's Saturday, and I got my crew coming. We finna watch the Colorado game. Colorado plays my alma mater, Arizona State, today. So y'all better get ready. Y'all already know who I'm rooting for. Don't even matter. Going down. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all know what we doing tomorrow. We going live 30 minutes early for this watch party. Oh, we going hard on the watch party tomorrow for Shedeur. We've been in here every Sunday. Every Sunday, y'all know where we at. Y'all know how we get down. Get your drink, get your food, get your chips, get it together. Because we going hard in the paint. But now, I got to go get ready to watch Colorado. Because it finna go down. Finna watch young Juju do his thug thistle. I mean, Juju might throw for 400 tonight. Boy, y'all better be ready for one finna pop off. Gino, I'll let your boy frat. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta get ready. They now already start ringing the doorbell. They showing up. I gotta get out. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate everybody for coming out. Appreciate the super chats. We had 2. We read them. And I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm out of here. Peace out.